Okay, we have the new phone camera with the makeup light in my bedroom today. A friend of mine is visiting from Virginia, and she's having a lovely nap in the living room, and I don't wish to disturb her. It's nice when I have guests. I force myself to relax a little bit and not feel guilty that I'm not doing a thing, because the thing I'm doing is entertaining a friend, and that counts. I'm not saying this is recommendable. I'm saying this is how I do life. I feel a lot of FOMO, a lot of pressure. I had my niche consultation call. We're moving forward. And he was also very optimistic that whatever I learn from this YouTube automation class, I'll be able to use on my passion projects, which are my other channels, since they are apparently not going to be big money makers. All right. Passion project is something you do because you're passionate, and I am passionate about relieving suffering in the world through education, shall I say? Sharing my story. I picked up my 10 pieces of garbage today. This week, I think it was, when did we get the snow? Monday into Tuesday. So I was off Tuesday. And I wasn't going out in the sloppy, wet, freezing snow to pick up garbage. Though I'm the type who would, I didn't. So the next day, I picked up 20 pieces. So I won't, like, if I could do 70 pieces in a day and then not have to do it all week, but that's not the point. The point is to do a thing every day, unless it's really, really just a bad idea, dangerous, terrible weather, whatever. I'm not sure how I feel about this lighting. All right, let me not be distracted by my vanity, because I am vain. I've always been vain. But I've always had a self-image dysphoria, where I think I'm prettier than I am. I've been cute all my life. I've been chubby but attractive. As the years wore on, little things about my appearance started to fade. I lost a lot of hair with my severe anemia. Well, when did I start with that? I'll tell you when I started losing hair. I was 30. And I went on a non-fat diet. You heard me. A non-fat diet. Took off a lot of weight really quickly. And then I was just hungry all the time. Now, you can do a non-fat diet. You can. I ate a lot of bread, white bread, because I was very poor at the time as an undergrad. You could go to an Italian pizza joint and ask for a vegetable sub, lettuce, tomato, cucumber, onion, peppers. Have them put vinegar and mustard on the bread and eat the whole dang thing, and 0 fat. Super poor that day, I'd go to the Chinese restaurant and get a quart of white rice and a handful of soy sauce and duck sauce. Also a non-fat meal. Skim milk, fat-free yogurt, fat-free cottage cheese. And my hair fell out. A lot of it. Fast forward to the 2000s. The anemia was so bad. You know, they never found the source. The not in writing consensus from the doctors who gave me multiple tests, including swallowing a little yellow submarine, a little camera, was malabsorption due to the various weight loss surgeries and the heavy periods I had the last year I had periods, which is what I told them was the reason I was anemic. But they didn't listen to me. I understand how science works. I understand that tests are there to rule out certain things. I get it. But I was right. Because I know my body. Mostly. How did I get my blood back up to a normal level? Blood infusions. Thank you to whomever donates blood on their lunch hour. God bless you. You have saved my life multiple times. I don't want to start crying. You know how many bags of blood I've needed over my lifetime to put me back together? A lot. Then, because they do colonoscopies, they just cut your polyps out as if and they scolded me. Like, this polyp was the size of my thumb. I'm like, yeah, I grew a good polyp. That was a good polyp that I grew. Yeah, good, big polyp. And then the stitches broke loose and I bled out of my butt on the floor of a Zinburger. And almost died, but thank God I live very close to multiple hospitals. And they got me into the emergency operating room and put me back together. And then I needed bags of blood because I had lost so much blood again. And then to keep it up, Venifer infusions. It's an iron infusion. And now I'm okay. No more periods. No more stupid non-fat dieting. The more you heal your gut, the more you will absorb your nutrients. And I'm doing okay. But the hair never grew back. Did you take biotin? Yes, I took frickin' biotin. Yes, the biotin. I also eat eggs, which isn't that like the main source of biotin? Yeah, the hair didn't grow back. Did you try Yes, I tried all of them. Minoxidil, Nioxin, all of it. I have tried all of it. My hair just kept falling out. Maybe it's stress. Maybe it is. Stress. But it didn't make my hair grow back, knowing all that. My looks, our looks, especially women, if we have really thin hair, it just creates this aura of unattractiveness. And I have seen women, sometimes they lose a lot of hair even in their 30s. They use the powder, like the black powder, the brown powder. There was a point where I was using a Sharpie to draw the hair on. Yeah. The powder, the Sharpie. I tried smearing mascara on my scalp. Things were bad. So I found an amazing permanent makeup artist who also does scalp microblading. And one of the ways to do scalp micropixelation is you make little dots. It makes it look like hair. It was barely enough to show a difference. That's how much scalp was showing. And you're looking at me and you're saying, but your hair looks really good. It's because the next step in the microblading was her actually tattooing hair. Scalp microblading, and drew my hair back on for me. And that's what you see. I know it looks natural. Well, I'm on a phone camera, so it's also very flattering. But in person, people never, when you look at someone, you could tell when their eyes go up. Nobody's eyes go up to my scalp unless I tell them, oh, this is microbladed. Then they'll look. But it actually looks kind of natural in person. It's not a half bad solution. And it doesn't hurt as much as other permanent makeup because it's like she cuts into the scalp and then pushes the ink in. Same as my eyebrows that are microbladed. Yes, my hair is there, but when you lose this hair, you lose this hair. So she drew my hairs back in. It looks amazing. She's just amazing. If you're in the northern New Jersey area, even Manhattan area, why would you pay New York prices? Come over here to Livingston. She's amazing. All these little steps I was taking to get my looks back. Eyebrows drawn in, filled in. Scalp drawn in, filled in. Lower eyeliner, permanent makeup. Top eyeliner, it's got to be touched up. I'll do that soon. Permanent makeup. Lashes, every 3 weeks I get lashes put on. And you're like, I thought you were struggling financially. A little bit. A little bit, yeah, I am struggling a little bit. Trying to keep mom alive, cared for. Struggling with student loans. I just want them to decrease the amount of interest. I'll pay my bills. I'll pay my debt. Just stop overcharging me. How about that? Okay. I hustle. I have side hustles. And you're thinking, well, isn't that expensive? If I don't keep up with my looks, I walk around in this world. I don't want to cry. Maybe I had too much caffeine, so I'm teary. And be ignored, or talked down to, or treated with aversion. See, when I was young, pretty, but very fat, and my skin was excellent, my hair was thick, but, weighing over 300 pounds, people were unkind. Doctors were unkind, scolding me, not listening to me, talking down to me. Talking to me like I was a child. Sometimes they'd even talk extra loud, like I was deaf from the fatness. So hard. Was everyone unkind? No, there were plenty of people who were kind, people who helped me, because I have a guardian angel. And there will always be help for me. And for you too, if you ask them for help. You have angels around you all the time. Just ask them for help. Show me. Show me. Just say, show me. Show me you're there. Show me you're there for me. Show me how to make more money. Show me how to be more confident. Send helpers. And God answers every time. So, yeah, the night I was wheeled into the emergency room after almost bleeding to death out of my butt, which I couldn't control. It's not like when you have diarrhea. It was just seeping out of me. I left a huge stain on that Zimberger floor. It's not a Zimberger anymore. I hope they replaced the floor. I went back looking for the blood stain. It wasn't there. I remember how unkind the ER people were. Now, I have all the sympathy in the world for nurses. Matter of fact, a friend of mine, Nick Garr, just made a web series, short episodes, it's on YouTube, called Nurses Station. And he was an ER nurse during the height of the pandemic. And he wrote a wonderful series. The episodes are short. I think he's trying to get picked up by a streaming service or a network, so please go see Nurses Station. So, yeah, I don't hold a grudge against the way certain ER nurses have treated me in the past. I know you're going through hell. I know. And some of them were so kind. But some of them, my intuition based on my appearance, were unkind. I was trying to make jokes, trying to make them smile, which I always do. It's called fawning. When you swallow your feelings and then try to make things pleasant for people, even if they're mistreating you. And this nurse that night was just very gruff. I'm not sure why. And then the anesthesiologist who was called in. And I'm like, please save my life. Please don't let me die. Well, I'm trying. Just nasty. I'm like, oh. And then my surgeon, who had removed the polyp and was now going to treat me by repairing the stitches that broke away. It might have been my blood was too thin. I don't know. I don't know that it was necessarily his fault that the stitches broke away after removing my thumb-sized polyp. But when it keeps happening, and it didn't always happen that way, people being unkind, making a face, ignoring, acting with aversion, but that wasn't the case in the past, you think, well, what's different now? And when it keeps kind of happening, and you see, so there was a time during my very, very, very heavy and sad days, and I'm not sure I even brushed my hair, so depressed. I had a little fender bender. Someone hit me. It was a new driver. And she was behind the wheel. Her mom was with her. It was in a nice section of my town. Nice. What do I mean by nice? Big, expensive houses. And she felt so bad. And the mother was like, we're going to do this right. Let's call for police. You know, and they were attractive, pretty, slender, mother-daughter. They looked like money. In a newer car, and there I was in my beat-up crap car. God. What was it, a Nissan Sentra at the time? I don't know. It didn't look good. I think hubcaps were off. It was just a poop show. And it must have been at a time where there were cell phones, because I called my parents to come and help me. I didn't know what to do. And of course, the cops came. So the officer went over to the pretty mother-daughter team, while my shitty mother drove up. Sorry to call her shitty, but her personality is just awful. And what was she wearing? Well, a terry cloth, you know, skirt, dressed like it was a muumuu. Like she'd wear the skirt and pull it up, so it was a strapless thing with like a blouse thrown over it. Like it was an invented outfit. I know, she was on her hands and knees cleaning up cats. She had her boarding kennel. She hustled. But, you know, her hair wasn't brushed either. We just looked terrible. So the cop goes over to the pretty mother and daughter first. Smiling, very friendly. This is where to pick up the police report. And yeah, you just come these hours, that hours, you know, taking their information, taking, you know, what happened. And he was being so pleasant, and I'm like, oh good, he's one of those nice cops. Oh good, he'll come over to me and he'll be just as pleasant. And as he sent them off with a big smile, he turns to me. Name? And was as gruff and impatient as could be. And there's my yappy mother looking like she looked. There I am looking like I looked. My car was crap. Okay. Why were you nice to them and not us? And you just start to put two and two together. Like, you were nice to them, and a split second later you're talking to us and your attitude changed. You expect me to believe it's not my appearance? Or my mom's appearance? Or the fact that we're driving older cars? I remember I went to see a chorus line. It was regional, and a darling friend of mine, she was the wardrobe supervisor, and it was a very good regional production. These are Broadway people who are in between jobs. They were just excellent, and I love a chorus line. Wonderful, wonderful to see that show. And of course, I waited afterward. And a few of us were standing around waiting to talk to her. Congratulations, wonderful show. And I don't know, was he one of the dancers? Was he one of the actors? Was he a stagehand? I don't know. But this young theater type guy who was a friend came out. We were all talking nice. Oh yeah, this was great. That was great. I'm like, oh yeah, and the girl playing blah blah blah. She was great. She had such an attitude. Wow, she really commanded the stage. And all of a sudden, his face curled in a sneer as he looked at me. He's like, yeah, and she's really attractive, too. And looked me up and down. And turned away in disgust. Like, oh, I was paying a compliment? What? I was cleaned up. Like, this was 2017. I had a decent coat, and I thought I looked kind of okay. Why did I get treated like that when everybody else he was nice to? And then he turned to me and or just overall being ignored, getting all dolled up, putting on good jewelry, the good bra that hikes them up. I don't show cleavage anymore, but you know, I thought I looked nice. It was some cocktail party. I forgot why. And I couldn't catch anyone's eye. You know, I was just there to support whatever cause it was. And I didn't know anybody to talk to them. You know, I was there for the host who invited me, and you know, she has to be a host. She can't just stand there talking to me. You know, so I try to catch people's eye and start a conversation. Oh, how are you related to this cause or whatever? No one would look at me. No one would catch my eye. I'd say, oh, I'm the host. You know, this is how I know the host. Sometimes they wouldn't even acknowledge that. I'm like, what the frick? What kind of vibe am I giving off? Oh, it hurts so much. Am I giving off that negative, low self-esteem vibe or something? And they're just responding? I can't just keep blaming myself, but I don't know what else to do. I remember this started years ago. I told one of my mentors, I'm like, yeah, ever since I hit, I forgot what age it was. I'm like, people don't see me. People will slam the door in my face. They'll walk through a door and ignore me. And I would say it's because I'm short, but that was never the case in the past. It's like I'm a middle-aged woman and I'm suddenly invisible. So I sought help from a beauty expert, and she's lovely. She does great work. So scalp microblading, brow microblading, lashes, top and bottom eyeliner. And yes, this is permanent. And yes, it hurts. But you know what? She puts on the numbing cream. I take a little CBD. It's worth it. Because I don't have the patience to put on makeup in the morning. These, I just comb them and out the door I go. Plus, with my weird skin, yeah, I have that mixed dry, oily mix. My makeup would be down like here by the end of the day. I'm like, I can't do this anymore. And my hands just weren't steady enough to put on mascara properly, and it would be all over my eyelid, and then it looks like crap. So I got the permanent stuff. People look at me now. People smile at me now. People hold the door for me now. So what am I supposed to deduce from that? It's that I look a certain way, and so I'm a human being. Whereas before, what was I? A stain? What was I? So, yeah, I make damn sure that I budget and I side hustle and I do what I have to keep my appearance up, because it's currency. It's currency in the world. Our looks in this society buy us favor, attention, jobs, politeness. And you could say, well, am I just feeding into the system that does that? I'm a single income person. You know what I mean? Like my household, it's just me earning money here. And now I'm contributing to my mother. I have to make my way in the world, and if that's the way to do it, I'm going to do it. Oh, P.S. Braces. When my father passed, I did some home improvements over at my parents'. Did some home improvements here. Got an abscess handled. And if you know anything about implant dentistry, no insurance covers it, and it's thousands of dollars, just thousands of dollars. But I was told multiple times by a kindly dentist, he's like, "Hon, I can do the deep clean on your teeth, but this is an abscess. It's in your jaw. It could kill you." And it's not like he was trying to get money from me. He doesn't do the implant dentistry. He's like, "You have to find a way to get this handled. A jaw infection can cause a heart attack. Did you know that?" I'm like, "No, I have no money." Well, thank you, Dad. And it was a lot. Not just money, I mean the process. The removal of the bad tooth, the cleaning out of the abscess. It took 2 bone grafts because the bone graft didn't take the first time. They had to do a second one. And that has to heal. And then they put the tooth on. It was a lot. But it's healed. Thank you, God. I prayed for help and help came. And I had a gappy smile. It looked gappy because I had those, what do you call these? The vampire ones. They had never descended properly. And so when I smiled, it looked like I had missing teeth because of the spaces. It didn't look good. Braces. As an adult. It's kind of fun. He put the little colored tabs on for different times of the year for me. He was great. And I have a permanent retainer on the bottom because it was top and bottom braces to fix this mouth. And then I got the Zoom whitening. I drink too much coffee and eat too much soy sauce, but all right, it brought my teeth up a shade or two. That didn't match these two down here. Why? Because in the middle of the pandemic, my teeth cracked on the bottom. I don't know what the heck I chewed on. And I was one of her first patients back in an empty office. But I'm like, "Doctor, please help me." And so she gave me a temporary fix. She's like, "But it's not going to hold forever. You need to get, caps, veneers, caps, whatever they're called these days, where they file your teeth down to a point and they put the things." And I had to. But I got the Zoom whitening after that, so they don't match. So, but that'll be for the future. It's not obvious. See? You can't see. So I did all these things for myself so I could make my way in the world. And I've lost enough weight that, I'm still fat after all that. But I have a little more of an hourglass thing going on, so that helps me out in the world. And I get, I get the root touch-ups, I get a keratin treatment put in, so my hair's as shiny as I can be. And of course I feel guilty about it. I feel like there's money I could be spending other places, repairing the front step or the door by my mother's. I know. But I believe that giving myself these advantages in the world by caring for my appearance will enable me to earn and attract the money to get everything done, to get everything handled that I need to handle. And that's why I prioritize certain aspects of my appearance. If you have the type of mother who's very jealous of you, and yes, that's a thing. If your mother's a narcissist, she will show you off to be a credit to her, but she'll also sabotage you because she's jealous. And I was told many times in my life that I wasn't worth the knee replacements. I wasn't worth any kind of help with my appearance. I wasn't worth braces. That would have been a waste of money. I was told when I wanted to get my knees replaced that any surgeon who would do that for me was stupid because of how fat I am. I'll just need new knee replacements. again. P.S. It's been 13 years and I don't need new knee replacements. Even though I'm still fat after all that. Not quite as fat, but I get some pain in the left knee, and I get nerve ablation to help with that. I think if I lose even more weight, a lot of these issues will just disappear. In the meantime, I'm going to comb my fake lashes, take pride in my appearance, wear nice clothes and jewelry. I don't wear sweatpants or sweatshirts to work. I don't wear junky clothes to teach in. I also noticed I started to get more respect from my students when I started dressing a little more business casual. Nice jewelry. Never walking in with dirty hair pulled up into a ponytail like I did when I first started teaching 21 years ago. Still in the pain of depression, deep depression, and very severe obesity. So, do what you have to. Look nice. Look as nice as you can. If you can't afford to do certain things with your appearance, fake it till you make it. Wear headscarves. Wear scarves. And wear pretty earrings. Oh, I'm not wearing earrings. Oh, well. I put on a nice necklace. I forgot to put on earrings. Do what you can. Go to these discount stores and buy a few nice things. I bought so many of these black turtlenecks because they're the only ones that kind of work. The other ones kind of roll down. Or the other ones gap. Or they're mock turtlenecks that mock me with their mock turtleneckness. Mock turtleneckness. Yeah, that's a thing. Go to the dollar stores, go to flea markets, go to garage sales, buy some nice jewelry. If you can't afford something, pull out your money, say it. I only have $1. They'll give it to you. People can be kind. People can be shitty too. So get away from those shitty ones as soon as you can, as swiftly as possible. All right, I'm going to go take off the day bra and put on my eating bra and a t-shirt. And actually, I accidentally ordered 4 dozen eggs. I have twitchy thumbs. And when I was placing my farm order this week, I don't know how I got 4 dozen eggs during an egg shortage. Well, there's no egg shortage now. The hens started laying again. So I'll make deviled eggs. I use mustard, sour cream, paprika, and I can avoid all the mayonnaise. So be kind to yourself, be pretty, be attractive. No, you're not giving in, you're succeeding in the world. Just do what you have to do. Compete. Get out there. Don't let our depression, don't let our childhood stop us. You have something to offer the world. Now pick up your chin and get out there. Please like, subscribe, share this with someone, and I'll be back tomorrow with another video because I said I would. Be well.